It's not only strength and speed that proves common in those who can accomplish this feat. It's how much you can endure. What are you willing to sacrifice to cross the finish line 24 hours from now? World's Toughest Mudder is a brutal 24-hour test of physical and mental grit. It is the culmination of the global Tough Mudder event series.
Why not do it? It's totally fucking bonkers, isn't it?
It's gonna get ugly out there. You gotta be able to handle the pain for 24 hours.
It's a little bit of the unknown, but I know my fellow mudders are gonna help push me through.
Anything can happen, and I've got 3 guys here to do it with me this year. It's gonna be a lot better sharing the misery with these guys.
In 2012, nearly 500,000 people participated in 34 Tough Mudder events, each a grueling military-style obstacle course designed by British Special Forces. The top 5% of finishers qualified for the world's toughest mudder. Fewer than 1% accepted the challenge.
I don't know if you can have a strategy for this. I haven't done anything like this. I don't know what really to expect.
In this 24-hour event, 1,250 qualifiers will withstand sub-freezing temperatures and push past the limits of their endurance. The goal? To complete as many laps of a supercharged 10-mile, 35-obstacle Tough Mudder course as humanly possible. In the second year of the event, the defending champion will face new competition. The women will push the men to their limits, and teams will vie for the first-ever team title.
Calm before the storm, brother.
The big thing is going to be the cold.
They said to prepare for is hypothermia.
It's all about the gear for me. I've got a 7mm wetsuit, and I'm not sure I've brought enough. And at the end, I think it's going to be all about whether or not you can mentally stay focused on the course, as opposed to whether or not your wetsuit's going to keep you warm.
It comes down to mental grit. Getting in that mindset, zoning in, focusing, everything else in my world has to get blurry. It's me in the race. It's me in the mud.
It's that decision to get back out there lap after lap, which is really hard, really hard.
We're gonna get some rules out of the way real quick. There will be no outside support on the course or in the pit. Teams must complete each obstacle, timing zone, and lap together. All participants must attempt to complete every obstacle. Some of these obstacles, they do have an option.
The penalties, the Arctic penalties, I guess you gotta jump into the water if you can't do it.
I'm not looking forward to the ice baths, the Arctic enemas. Not looking forward to that at all.
But you must attempt that obstacle first before you go to that option. You understand that? Give me a hoorah. Hoorah! All right, you ready for this? Oh, feel this, y'all. You are our best. You are our top 5%. We've got you from all over the world. You are freaking awesome!
Here we go, a lot more to go, right?
Oh, that was a good one.
A little chilly, but it's beautiful and sunny, so we're good to go.
Freezing my ass off.
Last year's World's Toughest Mudder was held on a frigid December weekend. There was one man, Jun Young Pak, a 34-year-old mechanical engineer from Massachusetts who would not be stopped. Pak's ultra-marathon experience and outdoor training regimen helped him push on while hundreds of others dropped out. Pak and last year's female winner, Juliana Sproles, a 42-year-old personal trainer and mother of 2, turned a deaf ear to Mother Nature's power. This year, Pak started World's Toughest Mudder at an incredible pace and found himself in a familiar position, first place.
It's about a mile longer than the course last year. Water's still really cold.
But the challengers are not far behind. Justin Dieter, a 30-year-old stockbroker from Long Island, is ready to compete.
Last year, I was one of the top 3 finishers. I've trained a long time to build my endurance.
He believes leaving his tent behind is the winning strategy.
I think Pac and I both spent between 4, maybe 5 hours in the pit. I hope that he brought a tent.
2 hours into the competition, an unexpected challenger appears. Michael Nicola, a 31-year-old Michigan native, is stride for stride with Pac.
I think Michael will not be broken. I think he's really got some mental toughness there.
Nicola, a collegiate cross-country All-American, spent months training with his friends in preparation for the world's toughest mudder.
I would make him do whatever we wanted. Swim, carry rocks, run through water. Just kept him going strong for about a 24-hour window.
Nicola's pace pressures Pac into an early competition he isn't expecting.
Yeah, he's pressing the pace. Probably the worst thing that I could be doing is racing this guy because no, I'm not running my own race. I have to assert my a little bit of authority, you know.
With Sproles not in the competition, Amelia Boone, the 2011 women's runner-up, set the tone early for the women.
You kind of want to come back and not necessarily redemption, but just to give it another go and push yourself harder. It's just maintaining a pace. People are like, you're in the lead. I'm like, great. I don't know where the next woman is. So I'm like, all right, keep going, keep going. I'm just going to push myself as hard as I can.
Her lead would not be safe for long. A 43-year-old Aussie would soon be on her tail.
This is the most I've ever ran in my life. I just want to make it to the 24-hour mark.
So far, our game plan has just been kind of slow and steady, and it's going to get slower and steadier.
There's no way I can make it over without these guys. No way.
So this year at World's Toughest Mudder, we've incorporated a team winner, and we wanted teams to be able to enter and win. They're pushing the spirit of camaraderie forward at World's Toughest Mudder.
The team competition is incredibly close. Only 8 minutes separates the top 3 teams.
Misery loves company.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
7 hours into the event, Nicola can't maintain his pace any longer. He heads into the pit to refuel and rest.
I mean, I've been getting slower every lap, so I'm gonna have to take a stop at some point. Your body's gonna run out of energy eventually.
After his 4th lap, Nicola would not be able to leave the pit again. His world's toughest mudder run is over. With Nicola out of the competition, Bryce Wilk, a 27-year-old competitor from Virginia, starts to make his move. Wilk's legs carry him into the lead and past last year's champion Pac.
He used to run cross country. He has good endurance, like he's been running since high school.
He's probably a stronger runner than I am. It's gonna come down to who's tougher.
Determination. He's here to win.
You won't be able to maintain that pace. Once you start getting into 60, 70, 80 mile range, your body starts to do funny things. It's gonna be a battle of attrition now. It's gonna get interesting.
Kind of think of it as like wolves chasing me. I gotta like stay motivated and think that the worst things are behind me, so I gotta keep moving. If not, they're gonna catch me, and that's it.
In all categories, this is proving to be a very close race. These guys are probably going to have to battle throughout the night. Not a lot of opportunity to take long breaks, and I can easily see this going to 9 or 10 laps to actually claim the winner.
As the night continues on, the temperature continues to fall, but the mudders are relentless.
So I got double neoprene hood, double neoprene here, double neoprene on my legs. Ready to head out in a couple minutes and do it again.
Just gotta keep going.
They forge on, embracing the cold and the pain.
We've climbed Mount Rainier, we've done crazy marathons in Death Valley. Nothing compared to this.
No.
In the team competition, we have 2 teams that have also been battling very close, neck and neck. We've seen at least 3 lead changes. We have 9-inch Males is currently in the lead, and the Todd Casey Experience. They've both completed 4 laps, it's over 40 miles, and they're on their 5th lap currently. They're pushing each other. I expect we'll see these 2 teams battle out as well all through the night.
No rest for the wicked.
Wilk strides into the pit to recuperate after 6 straight laps. He'll risk his lead to rest. Pack is currently 1 hour behind Wilk. The women's competition is heating up.
With the female leaders, we have a couple interesting things. We have Amelia Boone, who has been leading for most of today, and we have a 43-year-old Australian, last name Blegg, who has recently caught up, and they are neck and neck going into the later hours of the night, or now we're getting into the early hours of the morning.
I only heard I have like a half an hour on the other woman, so I gotta keep going. As long as I have energy, I'm gonna keep moving.
With Wilk still resting, Pack charges through the pit at 3 a.m. and continues on to his 8th lap, regaining the lead he lost 4 laps ago. As the sun rises, mutters begin to gear up for the final push to the 24-hour mark. The warm sun invigorates their exhausted bodies.
I spent the last 3 hours living like a girl in a medic's tent, next to the heater. Bliss.
Part of me is saying, I already know things I could do better next year. The other part of me is saying, are you effing nuts? This has been awesome.
After more than 3 hours in the pit, Wilk re-enters the course 2.5 hours behind Pack.
The first half of the toughest mudder went very well. When I finished my 6th lap, I started to get the chills, but I think that sitting down for 2 to 3 hours, whatever it was, really just shot my legs. I had to call it quits for the day.
Not over yet. Mind over mud, huh?
Dieter, the man without a tent, emerges from the mist, determined to make a final run at Pack. Dieter pushes on in a last-ditch effort to catch Pack.
I gotta go another one. There's a guy 9 seconds right home.
9-inch males increase their lead throughout the night. They begin their 6th lap with the sun at their backs.
We're definitely all hurting, but you know, this guy's a marathoner, got a West Point cadet, Marine officer, and a lawyer, so we got the whole crew. 4 miles to go walk in the park for these guys.
After battling Boone for 8 laps and close to 24 hours, Blegg decides she's had enough.
When the Tough Mudder came to Melbourne, I was really excited to do it. It was something a bit different to what I've always done. I did that with a goal to qualify to come here. You know, I wanted to do the 24-hour. Yeah, and really feel great to finish and happy I came across.
Dieter leaves everything he has on the course, but finishes his 8th lap 15 minutes after the 24-hour mark. He'll end his 2nd World's Toughest Mudder in 2nd place.
I gave it my best run. That's all you can do. Congratulations, Mr. Pack. You ran a great race. See you next year.
The 2 leaders, Boone and Pack, finish their 8th lap only 20 minutes apart. The race for the world's toughest mudder is on. Boone pushes forward, looking to take the top overall spot. After an incredible 23 hours, 9-inch males cross the finish line in the lead. With less than 45 minutes remaining, the Lords of Coventry hope to force a 7th lap.
We know how long it takes to get where they're going, and we don't think they're going to make it.
Unfortunately, the Lords of Coventry, an international team whose members hail from Pennsylvania and the UK, finished their 6th lap after the 24-hour mark and can't continue on. After running 60 miles and conquering 192 obstacles as a unit, Team 9-inch Males is the inaugural team champion.
Well done, guys. We actually started off at a faster pace than we originally planned. We deviated from our strategy, but it all worked out.
Now Boone has Pack in her sights. After 24 hours and almost 90 miles, it all comes down to the final 4 obstacles. But the defending champion will not be outdone. Pack crosses the finish line and repeats as the male world's toughest mudder. After 24 hours on the course, Boone's legs can't give her that final push. Unable to close the gap, Boone crosses the finish line as this year's female world's toughest mudder.
It's been 3 years in the making to find the toughest human beings on the planet.
I went further than I ever thought I could, than I ever have before. Running like 90 miles in 24 hours, a good ultra marathon time for 100 miles is like about 24 hours. So, and throwing in the obstacles. The thing is, it's a mental race against yourself.
You saw him last year, see him again. Jung Pack, the winner of the male world's toughest mudder, the toughest human being on this planet. Huge round of applause, just an amazing athlete, a really nice guy, one of the most down-to-earth guys you've ever met.
This legitimately was the hardest event that I've ever done. The competition, I had a big target on my back and I knew it. They pushed me to a pace that I wasn't comfortable in. I was in a world of hurt for a while.
Jun Young Pack and Amelia Boone crushed 2011's record by more than 30 miles. Team 9-inch Males won the first ever team title and is the team to beat going into 2013.
We had the world's toughest female following the world's toughest male only by about 5 to 10 minutes. It was an incredible competition, and I think it really just shows the level of the athletes that we're getting out here at the event.
I came into this yesterday in the best shape of my life, and I'm currently in the worst shape of my life.
You have no idea how good it feels to cross that finish line, man.
With another world's toughest mudder complete, a new bar has been set. With more than 50 global events scheduled for 2013, the competition will continue to attract world-class athletes looking to prove their mettle. How many miles will be covered? What new obstacles await? Who will be the next world's toughest mudder?